Welcome, everyone, to the Friday series called Letting Your Light Shine. Get out there and shine your light. Based on Matthew 5, verses 15 to 16, where Jesus commands us to shine our light before people so they may see our good works and may glorify our Father in the heavens. In this video series, I highlight only good news, such as random acts of kindness, as well as humorous, educational, and inspirational thoughts to help keep everyone encouraged during these trying times. And please, I ask you, please help me get these videos to go viral. All right, people need to hear all of this. I have 3 videos on YouTube since Facebook is not allowing me to upload my videos for whatever reason. I think it's some kind of technical issue. But please, go to YouTube, click on the picture, and share these videos with everybody you know. Because in this video series, I highlight only good news. And who doesn't need that? And I have a Tuesday Bible study and then a sermon on Sunday, and we're doing series, and it's all good. So let's start with some good news. Now this one I found kind of hilarious, and they did too. In Westlake, Ohio, a local program designed to protect seniors did exactly what it was meant to do, though this time it came with a humorous twist. The city's Are You OK program provides daily phone calls to residents who sign up, offering peace of mind to both participants and their families. When the 91-year-old woman didn't answer her scheduled call, well, you can imagine concern grew quickly. Dispatchers couldn't reach her, and neither could her daughter. Westlake Police Captain Jerry Vogel said this: "Everyone was a little bit alarmed when she missed these contacts. So officers were sent to her home to check on her." And that's the whole point. After knocking and receiving no response, they used a provided access code to open the garage, where they noticed her car was still inside, raising even more concern. But what they found next took everyone by surprise. An officer reported in after entering the home. "We're here with her now. She's playing video games in her bedroom." That's right. The woman was perfectly fine. She had simply been too focused on trying to beat her personal record in a video game to notice the calls or the commotion outside. So Vogel said everyone got a good laugh out of it. But the woman was grateful for the visit, and the lighthearted moment served as a powerful reminder how valuable programs like this really can be. Even when the outcome is amusing, the system ensures that no one slips through the cracks. And in this case, it also proves something else. You're never too old to chase a high score. You get it, Granny. And now to our fun fact of the week. Did you know that 4 of the 7 highest grossing films of all time were released in 2015? They are Avengers: Age of Ultron, Furious 7 of the Fast and Furious series, Jurassic World of the Jurassic Park series, and Star Wars: The Force Awakens of that series. Pretty cool. All of these are series. And so those are the good ones. And now here's our riddle of the week. Okay, listen closely. I don't belong in any other month besides December, but I'm not a holiday. What am I? Pause if you need more time, and don't cheat and look it up. Okay, and we're back. I don't belong in any other month besides December, but I'm not a holiday. What am I? The letter D. There is no D in any other month. All right, this leads us to that checks your critical thinking. This leads to our random act of kindness. And this one's sad but cool at the same time. In Lockport, New York, one brother turned grief into action by honoring a final wish that meant the world. Before passing away from cancer, Frank Ozemick spent 6 weeks in hospice care, forming a close bond with the nurses who looked after him. Yeah. In his final days, he shared one last wish. He wanted those caregivers to be fed on Easter. So his brother, Ken Ozemick, was determined to make that happen. But there was one problem. Nearly every restaurant in town was closed for the holiday, as you might imagine. But after making calls and coming up empty, Ken finally reached out to a local restaurant owner, Tom Milani of Sub Delicious. And without hesitation, Milani agreed. He said, "Absolutely, whatever you need, Ken. Those nurses do an amazing job there. They're all saints." So, setting aside his own Easter plans, Milani opened his restaurants just for this request and prepared enough food to feed the entire nursing staff at the hospice facility. Now for Ken, the gesture was deeply moving, saying he was kind enough to push back his own celebration, open his restaurant, and make food for the whole hospice center. Wow. That is a random act of kindness there. And the act was especially meaningful because it reflected the kind of person Frank had always been before his passing. Though Ken described his brother as looking like a big bad biker guy, he also added that his heart told a different story. You could come up to him and say, "I'm cold," and he'd take the shirt off his back and give it to you right there. Now, thanks to a compassionate restaurant owner, that same generosity, spirit of generosity lives on, shared with the very people who cared for the big bad biker guy in his final days. Ken said, "To me, it means the world to see that kindness and greatness spread. And I hope when people see this story, they take it and say, why can't we spread joy and kindness to each other?" And then do it. Just do it. Now here's our 7 inspirational thoughts for the week ahead. These are all from George Eliot. Number 1, it's never too late to be what you might have been. In other words, keep pushing forward. Number 2, wear a smile and have friends. Wear a scowl and have wrinkles. Number 3, the world is full of hopeful analogies and handsome, dubious eggs called possibilities. Number 4, I kind of like that one. Number 4, failure after long perseverance is much grander than never to have strived well enough to even be called a failure. Number 5, great things are not done by grand impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. Number 6, the responsibility of tolerance lies with those who have the wider vision. And finally, number 7, what do we live for, if not to make life less difficult for each other? I really like that one. And that brings us to the best news of all, the good news of Jesus Christ. So here's our Bible verses of the week from Psalm 28:8 and 2 Corinthians 1, verses 21 through 22. Yahweh, the strength for his people and the stronghold of salvation for his anointed one. He's talking about David there. And God is the one solidifying us into Christ with each other and having anointed us, the one also having sealed us and having given the down payment of the Spirit in our hearts. And that, of course, is for our future glory with Christ. I want to thank everyone for watching and remind you to let your light shine in whatever way you can. Hope this series helps everyone stay encouraged at all times. And please share it with everybody you know and the other videos. Also, please join me Sunday morning as we continue our series on the backgrounds of the New Testament letters, and we're still in Acts. And Tuesday afternoon for a Bible study called Talking About Jesus, where we're studying, continuing a study on the history of denominations, and we're just coming into the late 2nd, early 3rd centuries there. And I truly hope you'll join us for all of these. And now, may God bless you and keep you, and may His glorious light shine upon you. Have a great weekend, my friends. See you next time.